Hello YouTube, how's it going? It's Professional here. So today I got another top 5 list for video for you guys, and in today's video it's top 5 most underrated land vehicles. I remember a few months ago I did a video top 5 most underrated vehicles, but I focused all on air vehicles pretty much. On this video we're going to be focusing on top 5 most underrated land vehicles, and these are vehicles that are great. They have great uses, but they're just not appreciated by a lot of people. I don't see them on the streets of Los Santos. I don't see them up in Sandy Shores or in Paleto Bay. But a lot of these vehicles have great uses, even though they're not used by a lot of people. And these vehicles, they can help you a great deal on missions, heists, and helping you to get money. And in this video, we're going to be focusing on just weaponized vehicles, vehicles that have special abilities on them, vehicles that can help you in certain situations. So here we go. Let's do it. Top 5 most underrated land vehicles. So starting off this list at number 5 is the Congeal, and I recommend the Congeal over the APC and the Rhino for anybody looking to decide between the three. The Congeal was released with the Doomsday Heist, and it cost regular price of $3,850,000, but you can get it for a trade-in price of $2,895,000 if you complete the Doomsday Heist with the Congeal missions. And what I like about the Congeal is it has a railgun on, which you can charge up and you can shoot longer distances. You guys saw I blew up that truck at a longer distance there. I don't know if the Rhino would have necessarily been able to make that shot there. But this thing is great because it can carry 4 people, unlike the Rhino, very armored. This thing can take a total of 8 RPGs versus the Rhino, which can take only 4. This thing can take 8 shots from a Rhino before it explodes versus the Rhino, which can take only 4 shots from the Congeal. This thing is great for clearing out any kind of area. It's obviously does not have speed, so you're not going to be able to get around the map really quickly with this thing. However, this thing is faster than the Rhino, so it is more powerful, more weaponized, more armored, and faster than the Rhino. And other compartments on this vehicle include a remote-controlled machine gun where the gunner does not even need to stick out, and 2 grenade launchers in the back. Grenade launchers aren't really effective, but they are there. And I mean, what's great about this thing is you can get 4 of your friends in this thing, and if a griefer comes after you, you can just spawn this thing right on the street in front of you versus the Rhino, which you'd have to spawn as Pegasus and then drive somewhere. This thing you can spawn right there in front of the street as a personal vehicle. Unfortunately, though, you can't use this thing in Heist. I wish you would be able to use this thing in Heist. You can't. So now let me show you guys the remote control turret on this thing. And as you guys see, this mission, Artificial Scarcity, was one of the hardest contact missions in the game, and I was able to easily complete it in just a few minutes with the Congeal. So right here, let me show you guys the remote controlled gun on here. And I told my friend to pilot the tank, but I told him not to use the railgun at all. So we're only going to be using the remote controlled machine gun, and take a look at just how effective it is. We don't even need to use the main gun on this thing. The machine gun can pretty much do everything. This thing is very accurate, very powerful. I managed to shoot this ambulance a few times. It's already on fire. This right here, this crime sinister, this is one of the more harder contact missions. This mission can be really annoying because you got to rush in, you got to fight a ton of cops, and then they can come up behind you, and you have a constant wanted level until you escape the area. But right here with this machine gun, able to easily clear it out and able to recover the cash in under a minute here. Got it? And get back in the tank, and we escape. So the Congeal is definitely worth it. And one other thing I forgot to mention, guys, is this thing can also drop proximity mines. So if you have cops, NPCs, or even a player chasing you, you can drop an unlimited proximity mines, 5 at a time. But other than that, you can drop as many as you want. In general, just as many as you want. So let me show you guys the machine gun on here versus a few helicopters. This machine gun is so powerful, it can bring down helicopters and any car chasing you easily. Helicopters destroyed there. Take a look at this. I have like 3 police cars here chasing me, and I'm able to disable all of them easily. First one's down. Second one's down too. Third one's down. And my friend is not even using the railgun at all. He's just driving on this one. So I love the machine gun on this thing. It's so great. And the machine gun has such great range too. See that helicopter all the way in the distance? I managed to blow it up. That's like 4 blocks away. Destroyed. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. This machine gun has crazy range, so you can hit targets really far from you. Damn. And the helicopter's down. So definitely check out the Congeal if you guys want. I definitely like it. I think it's a fun vehicle to use. Number 4 is the Phantom Wedge, and the Phantom Wedge was released with the Import-Export DLC in December 2016, and it costs a regular price of $2,553,000, but you can get it for the trade-in price of $1,920,000 if you guys source multiple vehicles from the Import-Export warehouse. So make sure you guys take advantage of that trade-in price if you can. And what I personally love about the Phantom Wedge is it's so helpful for haulage. If you like doing haulage like me, you will love the Phantom Wedge. Haulage is one of the best ways to make money if you have the Phantom Wedge. It makes it literally like 3 times easier. And the reason is you can spawn it with the interaction menu as a special vehicle, so you can spawn it right in front of you when you hook up the trailer for haulage. And this thing goes much faster. I'd say even twice the speed of the regular Phantom, and you can just smash any car in your way. And just take a look at that. Look at how easily I'm just taking out miles here. You can basically go like 1.5 miles in this thing in under a minute. So it makes haulage so much easier. Haulage would normally take you like around like 10 minutes, like 8 minutes just to get across the map. But this, if you're really quick, you don't have any crashes, you can get there in under 5 minutes. So it makes doing haulage a lot easier. And here we delivered it, and we got an easy 20 grand. So the Phantom Wedge is great for haulage. Make sure you really take advantage of its speed and its ability to ram anything out of the way. And speaking of its ability to ram anything out of the way, you don't really have to worry about traffic with this thing. You can just smash anything in your way, and it doesn't really affect speed that much when you smash cars. However, there is a certain limit that you can hit. I believe it's somewhere between 20 to 30 cars, because I was able to hit a certain amount of cars, but then the engine ends up dying, so it's not able to hit an infinite number of vehicles. If anybody knows the exact number, let me know in the comments down below. And also, this thing can help you save millions of dollars. And how would it do so? If you're doing cargo work and one of your friends gets a cargo vehicle stuck on a delivery mission, then you can save it actually, and you can get it unstuck. In this case, my friend here got his supercar stuck, and I was able to hit him out of there, because the Phantom Wedge, it will pretty much smash anything out of the way, and it won't really destroy it. So you can really pretty much push anything out of the way. I've had so many situations where my friend gets cargo stuck, and I get the cargo unstuck, and I'm like, hey, I got a Phantom Wedge, don't worry, and we save millions of dollars doing so. Number 3 is the Vigilante, and this goes for a price of $3,750,000. There is no trade-in price, which can make this thing expensive. And what's great about the Vigilante is just the fact that you can use it in heists, and it's one of the fastest vehicles in the game, and it has amazing missiles. The boost makes you able to travel across the map so quickly. Take a look at this. I'm doing the Doomsday Heist with my friend here, and I'm driving so fast right now that the game is not able to fully render. I'm actually going faster than a Prester with boosted mode, so I'm going so fast that the game is not able to actually fully render. You see it's freezing a little bit right there, and when I pass the stadium right here, you guys are going to see just how quick I'm going. So if you want to do the Elite Challenge on heists, this will definitely help you out, and it'll also help you just get around the map really quickly. So anywhere you need to go in this thing will get you down the highway really quickly, and it can just also ram things out of the way. It doesn't have a great ram like the Phantom Wedge, but it does have a ram. And the missiles on this thing, the missiles are just so good. They will pretty much hit any target here. Take a look at this Oppressor. The Oppressor is one of the hardest vehicles to destroy in this game when it's flying around, and the Oppressor cannot escape from this thing no matter how hard it tries. Take a look at this kill right here in slow motion. I fire a missile, and the missile literally curves around until it hits the target. These missiles are almost pretty much impossible to escape from. The only way to escape from them is if you got the cover really quickly. But other than that, if you're in the open, somebody's flying an Oppressor, they're already dead the moment you fire the missile. This thing has such accurate missiles, it'll hit any target across the map. It only takes one explosion to destroy the Vigilante, but it's so quick, and its missiles just make it worth it. Number 2 on this list is the Halftrack, and the Halftrack comes at a regular price of $2,354,000, but you can get it for a trade-in price of $1,695,000 if you complete the Halftrack mission with the MOC. So make sure you guys take advantage of that discounted price. And the Halftrack, no matter how hard you try in the front, as long as you have it armored, you're not able to kill the front passenger, no matter how hard you try. Even if you use FMJ rounds, which are normally able to shoot through bulletproof glass, you will not be able to kill the front passengers in this thing. The only weak spot is the side window here, this little tiny side window. You can shoot somebody and kill somebody through that, but there's very little chance that you're going to get shot through that window. If you're in the front of this thing, you're pretty much invincible. The only thing that can get you is explosions until you destroy the vehicle. And what's great about the Halftrack is the machine gun on the back. The machine gun is just so effective. Take a look at this. I have not seen any other kind of mounted weapon. This is probably the strongest machine gun mounted weapon in the game that I have seen. This thing, if you upgrade it with the gun running research, and make sure you do upgrade it with the gun running research so you can take full advantage of it, because normally it comes with a dual machine gun, but if you upgrade it with the research, it'll become a quad gun. And then once it's quad, you have 4 guns that you're going to be shooting at once, which makes this thing extremely powerful. Also, if you research, make sure you take advantage of the proximity mines, because this thing can drop proximity mines, which can make that very helpful. And this machine gun is so strong, and what's great about it is on the front, you pretty much can't get shot off. You can get shot in the back, but nobody in the front can get you. The only thing that can harm you is an explosion. An explosion can actually blow you off the top of this thing and kill you, but any enemies from the front can't get you. And just to demonstrate how powerful this gun is, I'm doing that rescue ULP mission, and what I'm doing is I'm holding the line on this mission with the gun. I'm not even going up to that tower that the game is telling me to. I'm just holding the line with this half-track gun just to show you guys how powerful it is. And there's a ridiculous amount of enemies that just rush you on this mission, and they keep rushing you. So here we go. Let me show you guys just how powerful this gun is. And on this clip right here, I'm going to be speeding this clip up just to save time, but just take a look at how many guys I waste with this. And the helicopters, I'm able to take down the helicopters so easily. Look at that buzzard, gone. Second buzzard right here, gonna be shooting at it in a moment here, but I got so many enemies around my sides, and I'm just wasting all of them one by one. Easily taking them down. The half-track machine gun is personally my favorite mounted machine gun in the game, and in my opinion the best one, because it just has four machine guns firing at once, and you can't get shot from the front. The half-track also has great armor, taking a total of 9 RPGs. On the 9th RPG it explodes. It can actually take more damage than the Congeal from explosions. Unfortunately though, the gunner, if you have one on the back, would probably die in one explosion. The front passengers wouldn't, but this thing is very armored. It's not really fast. It's faster than the tanks, but it's not fast. It's pretty slow, and the handling isn't great on it. But if you intend to clear areas out, you can definitely do it, and you can definitely get from point A to point B. I mean, it is drivable. It does take a little bit of a drive to get from point A to point B, but it is drivable. It's definitely much better speed than the tank. And as you guys see, I'm able to destroy anything chasing us. There's a ton of night sharks here chasing us, and just spamming this gun, I'm able to easily destroy all of them. So if you get the half-track, make sure you take advantage of the research and upgrade the dual gun to the quad gun, and also make sure to get those proximity mines, because those proximity mines will help you out a lot. Anything that gets in my way, I can pretty much mow down with this thing. And you know, I haven't used this thing against griefers in a decent amount of time, but whenever I get a chance to, if a griefer comes after me, tries to blow up cargo, I'm going to use this vehicle to escort cargo in the future, and I'm just going to see how effective it is. But this vehicle doesn't give me problems at all, and I love it. It's really cool looking. It's very powerful. The machine gun on it is great. So I definitely think you guys should check out the half-track. Give it a try. I think a lot of you guys would like it. And number 1 is the weaponized Tampa. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this vehicle, but I find a lot of good uses for it. And this vehicle goes down number 1 for me for most underrated vehicles, because it's a great solo vehicle to use, and it's so weaponized. It has dual miniguns in the top that the driver can control, so you don't need a passenger to control that. It has rear mortars. It has missiles in the front that can't lock on, and it's able to drop proximity mines. And you can use it in contact missions, CEO work, heists. So this vehicle you can pretty much use in any kind of situation that you want. You can always spawn it as a personal vehicle. It'll spawn right on the street in front of you. Here is an example of the mortars, and a lot of people think that these mortars are useless, but if you actually time it and you know the distance that they go, you can actually get some decent kills. If you on the PS4, if you press L1, they'll fire, but if you hold L1, it'll go farther. So you can estimate how far the enemy is from you. And even when you run out of mortars, because the mortars are limited, you can always fall back on these dual miniguns, and you can wipe out pretty much anything chasing you. You do need to unlock the dual miniguns with research, unfortunately, and the mortar with research. So it requires a lot of research on this vehicle. But once you get that, and you get that done, I guarantee for the solo players, because a lot of people like playing solo, they ask me for it all the time, this vehicle will help you out a lot if you're a solo player. I guarantee it. Take a look at this in Headhunter. You guys see those armored vehicles that the targets drive around in Headhunter? They're so armored. They're bulletproof, and it takes a bunch of RPGs from the buzzards to take them down. But here, I'm able to easily destroy them. Anybody that chases me like the cops there, proximity mines. And what I love about this thing is that this thing is fast. It has speed. The half-track didn't have speed, the Congeal didn't have speed, and this thing is also faster than the Phantom Wedge. The only thing that's faster on this list was the Vigilante, but the Vigilante does not have as many uses as this thing. So take a look at how fast I'm able to drive. I'm able to catch up to the targets. I get up behind this target. Now remember, this is an armored SUV. This takes actually a few missiles from the buzzard to blow this thing up, but the dual miniguns are able to easily penetrate that armor and destroy it. Target down, $22,000 earned. Take a look at this. I'm going to show you guys another example here. In this example, me and my friend were doing the Los Santos connection, which is one of the harder contact missions. This mission requires 6 people to do it, but if you play by yourself, you can actually complete this mission easily just using this vehicle. You don't even need a helicopter. You can just use the weaponized Tampa, and you can pretty much mow everything down. And the weaponized Tampa actually also has good bullet protection. The right passenger side window has no protection. Left driver side window does. The front does have some protection. It's not completely bulletproof, but it will give you some protection from getting shot. So you guys are seeing I'm pretty close to the enemies, and they are hitting me, but not a lot. And they're having a pretty difficult time hitting me. And
Anybody that comes after me, I can just blow them up easily. You know, in these contact missions, whenever you have the NPCs chasing you, and they chase you in these SUVs, these motorcycles, I can just turn around right here, pull out the dual miniguns, and just blow up anything chasing me, and it's gone. There we go. All enemies chasing me destroyed. And now I can just move on to the hangar. Here, we're going to speed this clip up to save time, but you guys get the idea of how much damage this thing can do, and I'm going to use the missiles here. And you know, what's really disappointing about this vehicle is that the missiles aren't lock-on. I really wish the missiles were lock-on, but it does have missiles. It does have that benefit, so you have to manually aim at whatever target is in front of you. So right there, I have to actually manually aim these missiles, but the missiles I don't recommend for taking out enemies. Just use them for taking out vehicles. Whenever you have a vehicle in front of you, any kind of big target that you need to destroy, use the missiles on those. But for individual NPCs and even players shooting at you, use the dual miniguns. This thing can be blown up pretty easily by other players, but the benefits are using it mostly in missions. I mean, you can use it to fight other players, and it will mow down other players pretty quickly, but it's best to use this thing in heists and contact missions and just free mode activities in general, CEO work, etc. You guys get the idea. So I think the weaponized Tampa is a good investment, and the weaponized Tampa costs regular price $2,108,000, but you can get it for the trade-in price of $1,585,000 if you do the gun running weaponized Tampa mission. That mission is located inside your MOC if you guys have one. So it's definitely one of the more cheaper vehicles to invest in. $1,585,000. I mean, even a newer player, if he grinds a little bit, can invest in a vehicle like that. So it has all these uses, and it's a decently cheap vehicle. However, you probably will invest a little bit of money into upgrading it from the mortars, the armor, to the dual miniguns. But other than that, I have great uses for the weaponized Tampa, and whenever I use heists, I either use the weaponized Tampa or the Vigilante. They're both great vehicles, and I hope that you guys check out the other vehicles on this list. Did I miss any other underrated vehicles? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.